Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So this is a follow-up video on Sapien. I did cover this token when it came out, and I did cover it I think somewhere around 17 cent, and it actually ended up going as high as 18 or 28 cent, and after that it is going down. So we'll look at it, we'll break it down. So I'm reshooting this, so this was my analysis when I was basically making the video, but now I had to reshoot this one. So anyways, I will talk about the setup in at the end. So if you are only interested in the price section, you can just go to that section. So now before we look at its price, we do need to look at what is happening with the Sapien after it launched. So basically after they launched the token, they did have different you can say listings. So it was listed on Maxi, as you can see here. They also had some other posts as well, as you can see. So basically they had this post about the cookie DAO, as you can see here. After that, they did basically announce this at the ET World Leaders Forum. Expert states the urgency of the using AI to basically just some BS on AI. Anyways, after that, they have this some questions about the token, as you can see here. So basically they answered them as well. So if we look at what they did, so basically they just said about some pre-TGE referrals, as you can see. They also had post-TGE referrals as well, and beside that there is nothing they said about it. Anyways, moving on, they had this, I would say, space or something like that about the AI and something like that. So beside that, they did basically they did celebrate a National Dog Day, as you can see, and beside that they had this dashboard update, and this was pretty big one, I would say. The Bitwavo actually ended up listing the Sapien, so I would say that's some kind of W for the token. And this is the new signups, so that's pretty good one. So they had over 400k new signups, so I would say that's pretty good one. And after that they had these stats about like 139k claims, like 9.3 million Sapiens token were claimed, and like around 200k Sapien were staked. Nothing big that much. And besides that, they did have this space with virtual ventures, as you can see here. And there were some issues, and they are currently fixing them, but they did like post it around like 37 minutes ago. This has to do with staking and Sapiens being unable to access tasks and some other things. Now this is their app. You can like do the staking. They have like training hub for, of course, these to provide rewards, and you can also do different tasks on the dashboard as well, as you can see here. Now I'm not going in depth in the tokenomics because I did cover that in the previous video. Now even if we just look at the tokenomics from the glance, like it has a max supply of 1 billion, out of which 250 million is in the circulation, and the rest will come out with like one air cliff or something like that. Anyways, now let's talk about the listings. So the token has secured like big listings such as Coinbase, KuCoin, we have Bitget. So it has yet to be listed on the Binance. It is available on the Binance Future, which I would say is pretty impressive, as you can see here, but it is not available on OKX or even Bybit. So that those are the missing exchanges. So if it gets listed listings on those exchanges, it could be a big one for, I would say, for the Sapien. Of course, another big listing would be like a bit listing. So if somehow it gets listed on the bit, it could also be a big one, because recently the tree got listed on the bit and it saw a massive surge in price. So that is another factor. I'm hoping that eventually Sapien will find its way towards a bit. Anyways, now moving on to its price. So this is how it looks like. So basically this is the resistance that it is as of now struggling to break, like 28 to 26 cent, and this is a pretty good support zone around 14 to 13 cent. So, and this was a trend line, as you can see, this red one. The token was in downtrend ever since August of 24th, as you can see, and it just broke above this trend, as you can see. So now as of now, I think the possibility that it did actually retest, as you can see here. So if this is not a fake out, and if this is a true breakout, we could basically be looking at something like this. It can go as high as like 18 cent, I would say, and after that it will most likely, if it is like if the token has some kind of news or anything like that, I think it can go like as high as 20 cents. So this is a pattern that it could follow. So basically we have resistance somewhere around 18 cent as well, so it does need to overcome that if it wants to go higher. So if you are in the token and if you would like to take profit, I think this could be a pretty good zone to take a profit, somewhere around here. Again, it can also reject somewhere around 16 and it can continue to go down as well, because the token just launched, and if it goes below this trend line, this downtrend, I think it can go and hit a new all-time low as well, because there is a possibility. So the token just launched, so they don't have any other news, and the engagement, especially on their Twitter, is not that high, I would say. So even if you look here, this is their recent engagement, like 1.5k impressions only, like 7.2k, like 5.6k and 5.6k. so they have like over 158k followings, and the engagement is not that high, I would say. So if somehow they announce a big news, and if especially if they announce a new listing, I could see the token going as high as like 18 cent, and if that hype or if that news is strong, it can go like as high as 20 cent or even 18, and if the news is even stronger, we could be looking at 23 or even like all-time high, the possibility, because the token does have a low market cap of like 36 million. So again, it can like go and hit, it can do like 2x from here, especially going as high as 28 cent. But again it does need some kind of catalyst, and that catalyst could be some kind of partnership or even some kind of exchange listing that can push the token higher. But as of now, we don't have anything on their Twitter or even on their X or even on their blog, so it is a bit unclear where the token is headed as of now. But again, if we look at from the pure TA, it just broke from this downtrend, so it can like push as high as 18 or like 16. Let's see what happens. But overall, I would say they do need some kind of news that can push the token higher. But if like it follows this technical analysis, we could be looking at a surge as high as 16 cent or even as high as 18. And if the buyers like get interested, they can push the token like as high as 20 as well, so that is also a possibility. So again, this was my analysis. I hope you like the video. I will be back with more. Thanks for watching.